Hi, I'm Jacqueline Rinksmeyer, Executive Director of the Greater Medina Chamber of Commerce. Thank you for joining us today to watch our annual Candidates Forum. We do this event in partnership with Medina TV, and I'm here today with General Manager Jared Fry.
Thank you, Jacqueline. You will notice today, as Jacqueline and I do not have our mask on, and as I interview these candidates, I will not be wearing a mask, nor will the candidates. We are following all the Department of Health guidelines in regards to spatial distancing, and with being on air and doing a broadcast, masks are not required.
All candidates in local contested races were invited to participate in these interviews. This forum is designed to inform the voting public of their choices in the upcoming election.
The views and opinions stated by the candidates during the course of these interviews are not necessarily those of Medina TV and the Greater Medina Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you for joining us today, and thank you for exercising your right to vote in the upcoming election. Enjoy the Candidates Forum.
Joining us in studio now is Bill Hutson, the incumbent Medina County Commissioner. Bill, I want to thank you for joining us here today.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome. And just for those that may not have met you or seen you yet, why don't you take a moment to introduce yourself to our residents and voters?
I'm Bill Hutson. I am the incumbent County Commissioner. I have been a resident of Medina County for 27 years. My wife and I live in Westfield Center. We have two grown children. One is a West Point graduate and a major in the United States Army. The other is a lawyer down in Richmond, Virginia. And I am currently a practicing lawyer. I've also served on the Medina County Port Authority Board, the Cloverleaf School Board, and I'm the current president of Habitat for Humanity.
Great. Why don't you take a second, Bill, and just tell us a little bit about the role of a county commissioner?
Sure. The county commissioners are like the chief executive officer of a private entity. We decide the overall budget for the county. We determine what revenue is needed to support that budget, and then we allocate the budget. So there are 13 elected positions, and the county commissioners themselves have about 13 or 14 different departments that report up through the commissioners, with about 800 employees that report through the commissioners, and about 12 or 1,300 overall in the county. And primarily we decide where the county revenues are going to be allocated. We approve the programs in many cases where the resources will be utilized, and then support them along the way.
What would you say is probably the biggest issue or obstacle that faces the commissioners for this term?
COVID. COVID has, obviously was very unexpected. It has strained the budget in many respects. It has strained the community. Fortunately, we received about $6 million in grant money that came through the CARES Act, and we were able to, much of that money got distributed to other public entities in the county, but the county itself received about $3 million of that money, and we allocated $1.5 million of it to a program to support small business. So just working through COVID, and the implications to the way government has to work in terms of video meetings and trying to keep the government moving and providing services, the courts providing services, the Sheriff's Department providing services, it has been a big issue for the county.
In terms of that COVID, you kind of mentioned the business aspect of it. How important is that relationship right now with businesses, whether it be an existing business either doing well or going through the hardship of COVID-19, or then even a new business trying to get started? What's the importance of the role of a county commissioner in assisting those businesses?
We support Medina County Economic Development, which is a public-private partnership, and we allocate county resources to support that endeavor. So both to attract businesses coming into Medina County, and also to support the existing businesses and for business expansion. The Port Authority is also another important entity. They have a financing mechanism where they can float bonds and sales tax programs where they can support businesses to save them money and have them either relocate to Medina County or expand in Medina County.
So if reelected, what would be 3 of your, I guess, biggest things you would like to accomplish in the next term?
First and foremost is build a new courthouse. We have a partnership with the city of Medina, and we are moving forward with that. And the city of Medina has an initiative that will be on the ballot that will determine whether the city can participate or not. But irrespective of that, the county intends to move forward with the project. And we dearly need a new courthouse facility. Secondly, there is, as a new commissioner, one of the things that I sort of assessed was the automation capabilities of the county and the implementation of IT throughout the county. And I was surprised at the lack of investment in that. For instance, the county had an accounting system from 1992. And it was very antiquated. We used paper time cards and Excel spreadsheets to calculate payroll, and then that would get communicated to this accounting system manually. We'd have to get re-entered into it. We have replaced that, but there is still a lot of work that needs to be done in the IT space for the county. And then thirdly, I ran on a platform last time of keeping Medina County a great place to live, work, and play. And we have very reasonable taxes. We have great park system. We have great infrastructure overall throughout the county. And I would just plan to keep moving down that direction and keep government efficient. And the Park District is working on some really neat projects that I can't really talk about, but this county is great and will continue to be great.
Now, I'll circle back to your first point there, and that is the courthouse project.
Yes.
Kind of give us your thoughts or opinions in regards to this project.
The existing courthouse, so the 1840s part of the courthouse and the 1969 part of the courthouse, the last edition was 1969, so 50 odd years ago. The population of Medina County was about 80,000 people at that time. It's now going to probably exceed 180,000. And infrastructure and security requirements have changed over the last 50 years. And the court facility is not adequate from a safety standpoint for either the judges and personnel that work in the court system or the people that come to use the court system. Voluntarily or involuntarily. So we need to do something. I put together a group of folks that looked at county facilities. This was the county facility that stood out amongst all others as in need of attention. Very early on, we set a budget based on what we thought the county could afford. I talked to Mayor Hanwell and got him involved in the project. And ultimately, the decision was made is that we would try to do a joint municipal court and county court. The city had its budget, so we sort of merged the two together. And where we are today, we think that we can build a good facility, state-of-the-art sort of facility that will accommodate the needs for both for many, many years to come. So I think it is a very necessary project. We can accommodate it within our current budget, so we don't need to go out to the taxpayers for additional revenue to support debt service, and we need to move forward with it.
Now, you touched on collaboration and working together, and I think that's a key point to bring up too for the county. How important is it the working relationship with the villages, the cities, the townships, working relationship with the county?
It's very important. You have to remember that the county has infrastructure in many of the townships throughout the county, whether they be cell towers for the sheriff's department, water infrastructure, sewer infrastructure. The county provides a lot of services that traverse the entire county. And the commissioners have a very good relationship with all the township trustees and city officials around the county. We worked with Wadsworth on what's called a facility planning area amendment. Just got that into place, so certain service territory shifted to the city of Wadsworth. other territory will remain in the county's jurisdiction, and it's just it's been a good relationship. So, and I'll mention the city, Medina in particular. A lot of people don't know, but the square in Medina City is actually owned by the county. And there is a lease to the city for the square. And there are just so many ways that we leverage resources back and forth. And Mayor Hanwell and Council has done a great job of working with the commissioners, and we appreciate that.
And I guess delving in even deeper into those relationships. So you talk about the work with the cities and the villages and townships. What about your constituents? Because everybody that is in Medina County, I guess, is considered your constituent, but they also belong to a city or a township. How do you juggle that balancing act with communicating with your constituents?
I really don't differentiate. I mean, everybody in the city of Medina that is a resident of the city of Medina is also a resident of Medina County. And we try to communicate to everybody in all jurisdictions, irrespective of where they may be. You know, I get phone calls from folks all over the county with questions, and I treat them all the same. So it really isn't, for me, it is not a matter of whether you live in the city of Medina or the city of Wadsworth or Brunswick. It's you're a county resident, and I'm gonna try to take care of whatever your concern is.
Okay. And as you look to get elected for another term as county commissioner, what leadership skill set, or what things do you bring to the table that might set you apart from your opponent?
Well, first off, I worked for Westfield Insurance for 31 years. I was in the executive ranks for Westfield. So obviously I have a fair amount of leadership experience there. I've been the law director for the Village of Westfield Center for 23 years. Been a practicing lawyer for 29 years. And still maintain a solo practice here in Medina. I have been on a number of boards. I mentioned Habitat for Humanity. I've been on the Northeast Ohio Dance Board. I've been on United Way Board, and a whole host of other boards and responsibilities, including the Medina County Port Authority Board. So I have a long history in Medina County, and have been active supporting a lot of different organizations and demonstrating leadership to a lot of organizations throughout the county for a long time.
And we're speaking with Bill Hutson, the incumbent for Medina County Commissioner. And Bill, I want to give you this opportunity now that you can speak directly to the residents and the voters, and I'll turn over and give you the mic now that you can speak to them.
Sure, thank you, Jared. I am Medina County Commissioner Bill Hutson, and I am asking for your support for another term as Medina County Commissioner. I truly believe that Medina County is a great place to live, work, and play. When my wife and I moved to Medina County 27 years ago, we had our choice of anywhere in Northeast Ohio, and we selected Medina County. Great people, great infrastructure, great parts, and other amenities, and we very much like it here, and I would very much like to keep Medina County as a great place to live, work, and play. Thank you. And
that's Bill Hutson, the incumbent county commissioner for the Medina County Commissioners position this November. You're going for re-election. Usually I like to give a handshake here and wish you the best of luck. We'll just kind of virtually do it, and I wish you the best of luck this November.
Thank you very much, Jared.
Thank you.